Uh, 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 uh. And you know it's gonna be y'all right. We are in the house now, and it's going down. Yo, Sunday, and we here now. Yo, Urban Therapy with Sun Show, baby. Urban Therapy with Sun Show, all up in your house and up in the area. Sunday morning, first day of Virgo, the 23rd of August. Don't you know? Emily Dunlap is in the house, and she seems to be bitching about. But it's gonna be okay, and you think it's not gonna be okay? Yo, change your life. We're going to talk about something real serious this morning, but we still want to have some fun with it. Today, we're talking about as we lay you down to sleep. I said, as I lay me down to sleep. I said, as we lay us down to sleep. So we're going to talk about whether worrying about what happens after you pass, after you go, trying to set your family up right, make sure that they straight, make sure that your kids have the things that they need, and make sure that all of the things that you put in place while you were here in this world are still going on when you're out of this world, when you're into the next dimension. And now I like to mention that's how it's going down on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show this morning, y'all. So let's get it popping, baby. So, can you ruin your quality of life while you're here worrying about the afterlife or what happens after you leave this world? So as parents, as people who have friends, loved ones, family members, and all of that, we try to set things up for our people to be okay when we pass away. And we may even pray about that, as we lay down to sleep, and we try to make sure that God looks out for us. But as we are asking for forgiveness, and as we're asking for our people to be taken care of when we pass on, are we paying too much attention to our afterlife while we're still here? Is it taking away my quality of life there? That's what we talk about this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, a.k.a. Omar with the we gonna get it and put it on down. Yes. So that's what we talking about this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. As I lay me down to sleep, this is probably something that really never fails to creep up into your mind. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We do this each and every Sunday morning from 11 o'clock till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is a Sunday, baby. First day of Virgo is the 23rd of August. So that means that the sometimes it slipping away, but it's still with us today. So we still going to enjoy a little sunshine. We still going to, take our little trips if we've been able to do that during this COVID-19 crisis era. 2020 has been a hell of a trip, but we on that trip. And speaking of being on that trip, I am your host, Sun752, a.k.a. Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the Arts, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, bust it up with each other, go back and forth, and all that old good stuff. We take an introspective look into our own behavior to try to see the way that we project ourselves out into the rest of the world and try to understand how we fit into this thing called life. Do you understand? Do you underdig? Do you feel what I'm talking about? Come with me, kids. So this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about as I lay me down to sleep. As I lay me down to sleep, or before I lay me down to sleep. Most of us at our age, I just turned 50 last week. Well, not this past week, but the week before on the 12th. And when you turn 50 years old, you do a lot of soul searching. You think about your accomplishments in life, and you think about what you've done, how far you've come, the hiccups that you've made, the times when you got snagged, the really, really rough and hard times that you may have had if you've had some. And you think about how you have stood up and stood the test of time. It's a time for reflection, because at 50 years old, you can't argue that you're a young man no more. You're not a young man. You may be younger than a whole lot of people that are older than you, but you're not a young man. It's not like you should not have established yourself right now. It's not like you should not have accomplished anything. It's not like time is waiting for you. I don't know about y'all, but I've lost a whole lot of people before I turned 50 years old. I lost a whole lot of people before I turned 50 years old, and I miss them dearly. And they were not 50 years old. Many of them were over 50 years old, but many of them were not 50 years old. And, when your number is up, your number is up. But what I've noticed about those people that had passed on before me, whether they were family members or whether they were friends or associates or whatever the case may be, what I've noticed about them is that some of them did a lot. Some of them did a lot in order to put things in place before they reached their final resting place. And that's whether they had time to do it or whether they planned ahead just in case of an emergency, because some of the people that I know had, passed suddenly, whatever. So I always wondered when people who are over 50 years old, especially that I've known, I noticed that especially when they got sick, they tried to make sure that things were in place. The proper channels were in place for them to be able to leave their loved ones in a good position. Financial is one of those really, really big things that people try to take care of before they pass away. And I don't know how important that is to you individually, but I know for me, I think about this sometimes. Like, what am I going to leave in terms of my estate when I leave this world? And thankfully, I do have some things to leave. But what I ask myself more than anything else is, what am I giving to this world while I am here, and while I am still healthy, why I am still virile, why I am still able and willing? What am I doing? So I don't know about y'all, but I pray every night before I go to bed. And that's whether I do it out loud or whether I do it silently. And it's funny because I noticed that I would say before I was about 40 years old, I used to pray out loud every fucking night. And that was whether I had a woman sleeping next to me or not. The one thing they knew is that I prayed every night. And they would hear it like, wow, that's an interesting prayer. You know what I'm saying? But somewhere along the line, I stopped doing that. And I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to pray out loud. And when I had women that I used to mess with used to actually look forward to it. Like, I'm sorry, my eyes are red, y'all. Between the bath and these damn allergies or whatever, it'll clear up. It'll clear up before the end of the show, because this is not the first time I come on here with red eyes. It's not because I've been sniffing coke or drinking all crazy or smoking weed. That's what it's not because of. Not this time. I'm totally sober. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel. But yeah, I pray before I go to bed every night. And I pray for my loved ones. That's basically what my prayers are. I very rarely pray for myself, other than to be forgiven for any of the things that I've done wrong on purpose. Because I don't know about y'all, but I can admit that I do things wrong on purpose. In other words, let me clear it up. I'm not doing things because they're wrong, but there are things that I know that I think are wrong that I still do. And I mean, still to this day, still do. Now, are they life-threatening things? Well, no. But they are things that me being a principled man and me being having some type of moral character. And that might sound crazy to some people, like morals. I don't know. I would say you're opinionated, but I wouldn't say that you're moral. Well, in my opinion, I'm moral. I'm moral. There's certain things in life that I don't condone and would not suggest, and definitely would never participate in, even for money. But nonetheless, I pray for that. But I also pray that, you know, everybody who is associated with me is able to live, um, you know, live freely, live happily and healthily. Matter of fact, I'll tell y'all what I pray for. It's let me see if I can remember. Sometimes some things are hard to remember outside of when you actually sleep, but this is what I say. I say, Allah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to live another day. And in giving me the opportunity, thank you for the life, the love, the liberty, the justice, the understanding that I'm able to give to, as well as receive from each and every one of my loved ones. And then I go into, you know, please bless my mom and my dad. Please keep them safe from sickness and harm. Please give them zest for life and may they live long. Always start with my parents and then I work my way down. So then, you know, it's like, you know, please bless my mom and my dad, Shel Medina, Ahmed Gamel, Hafi, Eric, Victor, Sarah, PJ, Rockbo, Tommy Khalid, Michelle, Terrence, Kalima, Wakita, Awar, Summer, Renee, and then, you know, damn, so it's very systematic, and it has gone this way. It has gone this way since I was a teenager. So anybody new who came into my life family-wise, because I take care of family first. And then, you know, I start like when my nephew was born, he got added in. And then when my nieces were born, they got added in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. But anyway, so my concern is not so much what happens after I'm gone, because I know that people have to live on when I'm gone. But I do have a very big concern about while I'm here. While I'm here, what can I do? What am I doing? What impact am I making? How am I making a difference? Am I helping? Am I assisting? Am I there? Am I in the house? See my people coming through. Annette Davis, the #1. How you feeling, man? Got to see me some you. You know that is true. And Robin Ming, my big sis, I sing that song for you. Yeah, you know that is true. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow, we're about to turn it out. And for, wait, who else? Oh, that's it. Okay, that's it. That's it. We good? All right. Everybody else hiding down in the background. That's cool. It's cool. Make sure y'all hit that like button though. You know, just do me that solid. Share the show and make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, my thing is not so much about what happens when I'm gone, but I wonder about this for the people who are terminally ill and they know that their health is in question and they know that they may have a limited time here on earth. I always wondered how they are able to exist and be okay knowing that death is looming that way. Now, I understand some things about psychology, about acceptance and how it's an inevitable thing. We're all going to leave this world at some point. We don't know when, but some people who are terminally ill have a pretty decent idea. Some know whether they're going to make it through this year or not, or whether they are going to see another birthday or not. But what I'm asking y'all is, do you obsess about making sure that your loved ones, your children, whoever you're leaving behind, your spouse, your children, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever is endeared to you, whoever that you really, really care about, do you obsess? Oh, T. Carrie Wright, that's what I missed. I'm like, wait a minute, I know I saw more. T. Carrie Wright is all up in the house. How you feeling in the morning, not the night? And my girl Shirley Show, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Glad to see you, girl. And Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? Do you obsess with making sure that your loved ones are taken care of, or that you have left them enough money, or that you have given them enough assets, enough resources, enough to be able to carry on in your absence, which may be imminent, may or may not be imminent in the near future. Do you obsess about it? And that's the reason why I named the show As I Lay Me Down to Sleep. Or When I Lay Me Down to Sleep. As I lay me down to sleep. Let's say it like that. Do you obsess about it? Is that a big deal? Because I don't care what kind of parent you are. As you start having multiple children, you're going to think about this shit. You're going to think about it like, damn, man, if something happened to me, who would take care of my babies? Particularly if you're a single parent. How can you not think about it? Like, yo, especially if you're a single parent without any other parent that's involved. No co-parent, maybe not even a godparent. And speaking of godparents, think about that. Think about that when you take on the responsibility to be a godparent. I mean a real godparent. I don't mean just the godparent that people choose at the time of a birth of a child to make sure because they have a lot of money or whatever, and they can be able to help buy a crib and other things that cost money. I'm not talking about that type of godparent. I'm talking about the godparent that agrees to take on the care and welfare of that child in the event of the mother's death, regardless of what age. I think about what stress that has to put on a person that would have to even consider somebody that is not in their family. Well, a lot of times godparents are in the family, but they're not always. They're not always. Plenty of godparents. Shout out to all the godparents out there. Plenty of godparents do not share the same bloodline or family line as the people that they are godparents for. So imagine being a parent and not having another parent like the mom or the dad there available, and you're thinking about what's going to happen to your child if something should happen to you tragically. So you're thinking about like, yo, is this godparent really going to step up to the plate? And should I have to obligate them to do that? What about the grandparents? What about the aunts and uncles and stuff like that? It's serious. It's a serious situation. That's a serious situation. Do you obsess about it? Do you obsess over it? Is it like something that you think about before you go to bed? Is it something that you think about all day long? Like, yo, that's the reason why I go out here and I hustle and I have these different streams of income, and I try to make sure that my kids are going to be financially straight. And can you even make sure that your children are financially straight in the event of your passing? How much money do you think it takes in order to take care of multiple children when you pass? Like, how much? Seriously, just keeping it a buck. Think about how much money you make per year. Now, let's say you make, $45,000 a year. You have been taking care of your children for $45,000 a year. Okay. Now, that at $45,000 annually, you're nowhere near rich. So you're probably barely making it with you making $45,000 a year. So how are your children going to make it even if you left them a year's salary? Think about it. Because you had to arrange things in a certain type of way in order to just be able to take care of them, make sure that they had clothes on their back and shoes on their feet and be able to buy electronic gadgets and all that kind of stuff. It ain't easy. You have 3 children, you make $45,000 a year. That's really not enough money to take care of 3 kids, but people do it on less. Y'all know they do. People do it with less and without any extra streams of income. I've seen people do it. So do you obsess over it? How much money do you think that it would take in order to take care of your children for more than a year? Because you're going to be gone forever. You're going to be gone forever. So let's say if you have small children, which is a very tragic situation, to pass away when you have small children left behind, single digits, teenagers. They need your guidance. They need it. My brother Ansel Jones is all up in the house. How you feeling, my brother Ansel Jones? How you feeling, my brother? Good to see me some you. Word up. But yeah. So people take out insurance policies. How much you think it takes? Let's say you leave your family $100,000. You thinking like, yeah, $100,000 is that's a good amount of money. How long is it gonna last though? I know that plenty of y'all have seen somebody get left less insurance money than that. Yeah, my mom left me, you know, I got the insurance money, I got the settlement. 50,000, 75,000. All right, but let's go up to $100,000. So you got a policy, $100,000. Okay. How long is that going to last? Think about it. If you was making $45,000 a year, then $100,000 lasts you just a little bit more than 2 years. So you got about 2 years and about 2 months. 3 months. Because you're 45 now. About 3 months. About 3 months. And that's provided they don't go out and shop till they drop, which people do when they get a lump sum of money. But that lump sum of money, $100,000, has to last for 3 people. So you may think to yourself, well, I need to leave streams of income. So the money, the liquid money that they have is not all the liquid money that I leave to them is not all that they're going to have in order to take care of themselves. So I need to leave them some property. Okay. I had to leave them some property. Let's say you left them. I'm going to be, you know what? I'm going to do it today. You left them 6 properties. Oh, and the reason that, listen, I'm hearing this water dripping. I'm like, but it's outside. The neighbors with the air conditioning, it must be dripping. I'm like, huh? Okay. Let's say you leave your people's 6 properties. You have 3 children. You leave them 3 properties. I'm sorry, 6 properties. The reason I said 6 is because that will give them 2 houses each. Many of us don't even have a house. We don't even have 1 house. But I'm being nice today. So we're going to say 6 properties that you've been managing. You own them. Two for each child. Nice little income, right? Okay. You know, at today's rent, average, whatever. Maybe each place is bringing in $700 a month, provided that your tenant pays and that it's not COVID-19 and people feel like they don't and shouldn't have to pay during this pandemic. You know, as if you're getting your money from somewhere else, and provided that you maintain the upkeep of the property so that people will pay, and that you are diligent as far as making sure that your rent gets paid and that the lease is followed to the letter and all that kind of stuff. That's provided all of that. So 700 each property, average, whatever. 1,400 a month. On top of the 100,000 that they're splitting, this ain't too bad. It ain't too bad, right? It's not too bad. But a lot of people ain't doing that. A lot of people don't have that to leave. You may be obsessing over it. Like, yo, I gotta make it happen, 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 gotta make it. All right. Do you obsess over it? Let me see what y'all talking about. See what y'all talking about. And then David says, I have left instructions on who to notify of my death. Okay. Robin Ming says, yes, I do. I want to make sure that my kids and grandkids are taken care of. I don't want to leave a burden on them. Leave a burden on them. My mom talks like that too. Leave a burden on them. Carol Chamber, Lemmy Favorita is all up in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on out. Without a doubt, glad that you're coming through, and I'm always glad to see my eyes on you. Woo. So Joe says, post like this, I wish AC drop would fall. Fall. Okay. So, all right. So when we talk about leaving a burden on them, a lot of times what we're really talking about is making sure that they don't have to pay any of our bills at the time of our passing. So we're talking about medical bills, we're talking about credit cards, we're talking about a lot of times we're talking about mortgages and things like that. Is that up to us to worry about? Is that for us to worry about? Is that something that we really should be putting a lot of our time and effort into worrying about? And I'm not trying to minimize the importance of making sure that your babies are taken care of or your loved ones are taken care of. But is it taking away from your quality of life? Is it reducing your ability to be happy in this world when you're worried about your passage into the next world? Is this reducing the quality of life in this life while you're worried about what's going to happen in the afterlife? See, it's one thing to be worried about what's going to happen to you when you die. Like, am I going to heaven? Am I going to hell? Have I done enough to make it into heaven? I mean, is there reincarnation? Am I praising the right God? Those are one thing. Those are some things. You worried about if people are going to keep living after you pass? And honesty, in all honesty, just keeping it a buck. And I'm not even trying to be facetious. I ain't trying to, be a smart ass this time. But the world kept going when Jesus died. If you're a Christian, think about that. Jesus died and the world kept on going like it wasn't nothing. Hey, Jesus loves me. This I know because the Bible tells me so. And the Bible also said that the world did not end when Jesus died. So for Christians who believe that Jesus is God, how can God die and the world still exist? And if that's the case, you mean to tell me that you, who are definitely not all Jesus-y, you think that your loved ones can't make it when you pass? Didn't you make it when your loved ones passed? Your mama or your daddy or your whoever? And don't get me wrong, because that's not to say and even a little bit, that's not to say that you shouldn't be concerned about your affairs, getting your affairs in order before you pass. I'm not trying to say that. Don't get me wrong, baby. All I'm saying is, are we taking the right approach to life as we obsess over what's going to happen in our death? Y'all understand what I'm talking about? I hope you do, baby. I hope you do. And if you want to talk about how you do, I invite you to call in. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's a number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. You can call us to the show, totally uncensored show. You say it how you mean it, how you feel it, how it go. Bring your passion in any form of fashion. Just be a little respectful, and we good, yo. 319-527-6199 if you want to call into the show. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on it, do the damn, do the damn thing. The Urban Therapy with Sun show as I lay me down to sleep. As I lay me down to sleep, do these problems that I'm worried about in the afterlife creep all up into my head, covering my dome. I'm wondering what's going to happen after I get called home. Speaking of getting called home, is a home away in the afterlife is the way that they say, should I be all right? And everybody will be all right. Well, how come I don't feel that safe and secure tonight? Well, we probably all have some similarities and some differences when it comes to what we think is going to happen to us in the afterlife. But some of us, worry about every little thing. Every little thing she do is magic. Every little thing just turns me on. And then, some of us are able to navigate our way through life seeming like we don't care about anything. Like, whatever happens. It's going to be all right. All you can do is what you can do. So don't worry about that shit. They ain't worried about you. Also, Jones says, would y'all buy insurance if y'all didn't have to? Thing is, you don't even have to. Car insurance, I know I wouldn't buy that shit if I didn't have to. Okay. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on out. It's good to see you. That's why when I see you, you get a shout. Word. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says, like your mom's being able to afford my final expenses is my concern. That's funny. Our final expenses. The Undertaker, making sure that we don't have to put up a GoFundMe to put me in the box. You know what I think is interesting? I've never seen anybody put up a GoFundMe in order to cremate somebody. Like, yo, all I need is like $500 or $1,000. I need $1,000, y'all, so I can, give my my loved one a proper cremation, so I can get a nice little urn. Never heard anybody say that. It's always, won't have no money for the funeral. Won't have no money for the funeral. We need, minimum of $7,000, $10,000, $15,000. Like, come on, man. Okay. Annette Davis says, it's crazy that you're talking about this. I called for a family meeting this week for this very reason. Fuck you talking about? Why? Charlene Curry says, I used to worry when my children, when they were very young, but I don't know that they are, I know that they are grown and on their own. Oh, not now that they're, you don't now that they are grown and on their own. Charlene says, I want to be cremated anyway. I think that's probably what I want to. But my instructions that I'm going to leave, should I perish, anytime soon. Yo, y'all go getters, especially y'all mind, right, and body better people. Y'all got a job. Like, yo, y'all gotta go on I'm going to leave instructions that Cheryl, Annette. Those are the only ones in here right now that have gone on hike. Robbie, you can, you going too. Your job is to go on one final hike, and y'all got to spread my ashes out along that trail. And y'all know we have two. So y'all gonna have to split it up and go this way, that way, all the way to Valley Green. Don't try to get lazy and stop at that little stream place, where we eat, where we have our lunch and snacks. Nah. Spread them shits along the way. I don't care if y'all can get some salt and pepper shakers. Like, all right, okay. Matter of fact, we gonna eat some pineapple, watermelon, grapes, and apples and shit. Okay. Though I'm dead serious too. Those are my instructions because I love that trail. Y'all know I did. So I don't know what that's going to mean in the afterlife. It probably means nothing, but those are my instructions for when I'm here. And that David says, your wish will be carried out, Omar, with the all right, cool. But I ain't going to try to off myself today and no crazy shit. I'm not dying today. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what happened. It ain't going to happen today. I'm scheduled to be here tomorrow too. But, but anyway, that's not something that I obsess over. I don't know about y'all, but when I obsess over something, it really takes away from my ability to enjoy other things. That's why I try to live a life where it's conducive to me being comfortable, because I can't think right. I can't come up with new fly ideas. I can't be creative. I can't be my positive self. At least I consider myself to be positive, and it takes away from my ability to do that. So I can't do that worrying about getting in trouble, or worrying about being sick, or worrying about dying or not being here or whatever. But that's me. Some people may work pretty decently under those conditions, just not me. So, when like I did my prayer for y'all earlier in the show, what do your prayers sound like? A lot of people pray just for themselves, mostly like, yo, get me out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, help me. And some people do like me, like, yo, help everybody else. I'll be all right. You already took care of me. I'm good. And it's funny. It's funny, y'all, because with me personally, I'll let y'all know what kind of trouble I'm in. Like, yo, I got this thing. I just got this situation. Shit is fucked up. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. But God, I'll be like, nah, God, I'm good. Nah, I'm cool. I know you already took care of me. I don't want God to ask me about some shit like he don't already know. Like, all right, I figure if I make him think he already took care of me, then he won't get on me about like, yo, a few months ago when you, but it's psychological. Valerie, Miss Green in the house. How you doing, Valerie? Good to see you on out. How you been, ma? Good to see me some of you. Always. Do your thing, Annette. Do your thing. But yeah. Like, how well do you work with that type of pressure? The pressure of knowing that you're getting close to the edge, getting close to the end, when the end is near and you know it. Damn, Robbie Rob. She says, I feel like I am in hell now. that concerns me. Because hell is some serious shit. How are y'all getting in here without me seeing? The beauty I could not see, Cherry. What's going on, beauty? I could not see, Cherry. A Cinderella fake. A Cinderella. Cinderella day. Oh, it's the rabbit day with Cinderella day. What's going on? Cinderella day, the beauty I could not see, Cherry. I told my adult children, cremate me. I won't be in that grave. I should be in their thoughts and memories. But that's another thing. We may not only worry about we may not only worry about the financial obligations that we have that we may impose on our children, like they won't be able to pay it. Like, you left $50,000 in debt. Well, how we gonna pay this shit? They can pay it. They can pay it because the same way that you were living with that amount of debt and more on your back, split between other people, or they can get it expunged. They can get it thrown out or whatever. That's your debt. It ain't theirs unless we're talking about liens being put on homes, a property being repossessed, stuff like that. Other than that, it doesn't sound to me like it's something that you should really obsess over, but I can understand you trying to take care of those things while you're here in this world. I'm just asking, is this something that will take your quality of life away? But as Dana Dane, or should I say the beauty I cannot see, Cherry. What about, since we're talking about thoughts and memories, what about what we are giving them while we are here? Have you given your children enough game? I ain't talking about game as far as being able to play people, but I mean game as far as having the knowledge and rules understood about business, about love, about family, about friends, about clubs and organizations, about your mental and emotional state. Have we given our loved ones, whether they're your children or not, have we given them enough while we are here and still have a chance to do it? Are we giving them enough to be able to make it on their own? Have we taught them how to think, how to feel, how to defend themselves against people who would try to make them look bad? Do we know how to do it our goddamn selves? Are we doing enough to be able to ward off the evil spirits that seem to try to rain down on us like a hurricane El Nino or La Nina? And I'm being real about that. Have you given your sons, your daughters, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your lovers, have you given them enough to be able to not just keep you in their memories, but to keep the knowledge that you gave them in their memories so they can live on for the rest of the time that they are here? Have you done it? Are you doing it? Will you do it after today, right after the show? Sometimes we concentrate so much on what we can leave behind. We sometimes forget about how much we can give today. Think about it. Think about it, all of y'all. Whether we're talking about Carol, Robin, Charlene, Ansel, Dana, Annette, Nars, Emily, Cheryl. All of y'all, especially the ones I know personally, all of y'all have a personal skill. Each and every one of y'all have a personal skill that you're fucking expert at. Expert. Not just good, expert. Well, how much of that have you given? Shoot. I know with Annette and Cheryl, I know a few things that I consider them to be expert at. And Carol. So, well, how much are you giving though? And if you haven't given a lot, why not? It's not all about what you can leave behind. What about what you give them today? Because what you give them today will be left behind in your absence. But giving somebody something to be able to spend, leaving behind money to spend is one thing, but leaving behind a way to make some money to be able to live on, now we're talking about something. And I'm not just talking about your business acumen. I'm talking about your ability, like I said, your ability to defend yourself against those who try to take you down in any kind of way, whether we're talking about physically or spiritually, mentally and emotionally, or whether we're talking about being able to build, being able to draw on your own positivity that rests deep inside of us. You know, sometimes our positivity seems to hide inside of us because all of the other stresses in the world, you know, get us down, and it seems like they're taking center stage and they just winning this fight. They just beating us and beating us and beating us and beating us. But a lot of times, if you really think about it, you be letting the stress win. Think about it. Think about it. We ain't always battling our demons. Sometimes we saying, all right, demon, go ahead. Damn, you hitting hard. Why you gotta hit that hard, demon? Fuck. Y'all know it's true. You ain't always battling your depression. Sometimes you let depression win. You ain't gotta lie to me. I know. We don't always battle stress. We don't always battle. We don't always fight our demons. We don't always battle depression. We don't always battle alcoholism. We don't always battle drug addiction. We don't always do it. But you could. Well, when you're going to start? When are you going to show somebody else how to do that? Because that will last a lot longer and sustain them and fuel them and feed them way longer than 100,000 or even 250,000 will. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Carol Chamberlain says, strange, but today I'm working on my last will. Okay. Robbie Ming says, with all this craziness going on in the world, yeah. But the craziness that's going on in the world doesn't have to be the craziness that's going on in your world. Your world, your third eye. You know what I'm saying? Your third eye. How you see the universe. Your universe. And your universe is anything, any knowledge that you have, any experience that you've had, anything that you know how to do, anything that you've seen, heard, smelled, touched, felt. That's your universe. You can't talk about more than what you know. You can't. So whatever you know, whatever you've done, that is your universe. Now you can expand your universe. All you got to do is pick up a book. All you have to do is learn something new. All you have to do is go around some different things. Have some different experiences. That's how you expand your universe. Some people seem to want to limit their universe. They want to compartmentalize their universe. No, open that bitch up. There's no such thing as useless knowledge. Are you teaching your loved ones? Are you leaving that behind with them? Are you giving them a sense of feeling that, you can do anything that you want to do. And I'm going to show you how to do something good for yourself and for other people. Are we doing it? Why not? If we're not doing it, or if we're only doing it on a small level, why? We can do it better. You have the ability to do it. Let's get it popping. Okay. T. Carey Wright says, I pray for all who have touched my life in one way or another. Word up. Carol says, I hope that all I've shown my children all the tools to survive without. I hope that I've shown my children all of the tools to survive without me. I'm sure you have. Narciso says, I think legacy is what you're getting at. Not necessarily, because when you talk about, okay, you might be right, but a lot of people, I think when I think about legacy, I'm thinking more of a selfish, egotistical, like the Daily Go Getterism. That's my legacy. You know what I'm saying? Almost 2,000 videos of me expressing my thoughts, trying to touch on new shit, trying to make a way. That's my legacy. But I'm not as concerned about that as I am concerned with, well, what am I doing this every day for? I'm not doing it so I can leave it behind. I'm doing it so I can give today. We exchange ideas every single day, me and y'all, every day. I'll be way selfish and foolish to think that it's only a one-way street. Like I give and y'all receive. Fuck no. I learn something from each and every one of y'all every day. I learn things from people who don't even comment. You think I don't? I do. I do, because there are reasons for that. There are reasons for that. And I have to learn. But I get something out of this. So, I could understand if you're talking about legacy in terms of basically what I was saying, leaving behind something, giving something that will come back to me as far as where you got it from. But I don't care if y'all get it from me or got it from me. I don't care about that. I care about if you get it at all, because I want you to have it. If I know other ways that you can get it without me, I employ those too. That's why I will refer. All right. Carol Chamberlain says, I think my son will be fine. My daughter has to become less selfish. She knows, but not sure she will do it. Give it time. Give it more time. You just keep feeding. TK Wright says, I don't obsess over how much I am leaving my kids monetarily. I work to make sure that I leave them with the spiritual and mental strength and the ability to reason as life goes on without me. Word. Robbie Robin Ming says, my baby knows how to live on once I'm gone. Now my oldest daughter, she's another story. Yo, yeah, the girls out here, they ain't representing. Make sure y'all share the show, y'all. Y'all know I can't share. I'm still in jail without no bail. Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right. Valerie Green says, I continue to try to make sure everyone I come in contact knows what I know. If it helps them in any way, my job is done. I agree with that. Annette, you only missed a little tidbit. We held it down for you. We saved your space at the crap table and at the blackjack table. You good. Just take that marker off, put that money up. TK Wright says, it's important for me that they take certain personal abilities into the world so that they can make their mark on the world. Huh? Annette Davis says, what do you hope that people will remember you for? You asking me that personally? Well, I'll be honest. I want people to remember that I took this black thing seriously, and that I really, 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 really tried to understand it as much as possible, the plight of our people. And that I tried to get us to be able to gain a better understanding of each other in a positive way, and to unite on some front, to get some type of central focus on what we actually want. Plus, I want people to remember that I was funny and inclusive and loyal. That's good enough for me. I mean, y'all already know I'm handsome. Shit. You ain't gotta remember that shit. But even if I get into a bad accident tomorrow, I got pictures. Like, I used to be fly. I'm just playing. But seriously, I want people to know that I was caring, that I was funny, that I was a good friend. I was a good friend. I was a good lover. I was a good son, brother. I mean, good, actively good, not just like good enough, but tried that, and that I wanted to improve. My expectations were lofty, but I understood the process. I hope I answered that question. Maybe I was, because there's more, but that's enough right now. Carol Chamberlain says, "Neither am I, Omar. I just need to put things in place, not rich, but I want to make sure that there are no questions like, what would mom do?" And I peeped how you capitalized mom. I like that. I like that a lot. It's pretty cool. Thanks for putting something on my books. Annette Davis, the #1. Ansel says the coronavirus is starting to feel like house arrest. I don't know why. Because most people are getting out nowadays. We just, to me, it don't seem like a house arrest. It looks like a bunch of criminals just got out, or that we just escaped the surgery room. We just escaped the operating room. Like, look at all these motherfuckers running around here with masks, with face masks on. So they either done something, they either robbed somebody, or I'm wondering, well, how come you don't have no scrubs on? Shouldn't you have on scrubs? The beauty I could not see. Cherry says, my name handle is the title of my book. I left that for my children. Recognizing their beauty comes from within and it radiates outward. Wait a minute, you wrote a book? And you didn't advertise? You can advertise that book. You can advertise it right now. You can advertise it every day. And please do. I ask of you. I beg of you. Please share your book. Let people, put that out there. They're serious. Let people hear your story and also put some money in your pocket all day. Please, seriously, please share your book. We need talented people in this thing. This movement needs talent. I can't deal with no talentless people. I ain't say you gotta sing, dance, and shit. You know what I'm saying? But whatever talent you have, shit. In fact, if you want to come on the show and let me interview you about the book, I'll inbox you. If you want to do that, absolutely. I didn't know the beauty I could not see, Cherry. Now it all makes sense. I could have mistaken you for just one of those Facebook chicks that like to have a long name in they profile. Your name could have been Dana. I know God has my back, Cherry. Dana, I'm working on me each and every day, 24/7. Plus, I love my kids, Cherry. Like Annette. Annette name used to be Annette. Navy veteran, retired, but ultimately and awesomely inspired Davis. That was her old name. I said, you gotta cut that down a little bit. She's like, why? I said, it's hard to spell. She said, how? I said, just cut it down a little bit. She said, I didn't think she was gonna cut down the whole thing. But sheesh. Sheesh. And then David says it's like the movie Escape from New York. Yeah. Now that's closer. That's closer. That's closer. Word. But yeah. Yeah, you know, are we giving enough today? You know, as I lay me down to sleep, you know, are we obsessing over what happens in the afterlife? And is it taking away our ability to enjoy this current life? We worried about the afterworld. Are we getting what we need in this world? This world right here. Right here. Right here. And by the way, Beauty, I could not see Sherry. I didn't mean to put you all on blast like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know. I just want you to know that we represent over here. See, we have a caller on the line. Yes, we do. We have a caller. We got a caller on the line. Caller with the last numbers 4215. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this morning? Afternoon.
Oh, snap, man. I've been on just listening to you for the past 10 minutes.
All right. Well, you got to turn your device down. You got to turn your device down.
I was somewhere where the comment, I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, I'm just over digging, you know, digging myself some knee right now. But
hold on, turn down your device. You got to turn down your device. We can hear it all in the background.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, damn. It knocked him off. It knocked him off. I know he's going to call back, though. I know he's going to call back, though. I know he's going to call back, though. All right. And then David says, a lot of people fear death. Woo! Woo! But you know what? A lot of people don't seem to fear death. I don't know how. But I mean, that's the truth with a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, seem to have accepted it already, even before they got sick, even before they were in any danger, even before they was in any danger. I know I fear it. I may not fear it, and I definitely don't obsess over it like I did in my teens and 20s. I used to have this fear that somebody was just going to come snuff me out, and it was right before I was about to blow. That's how I used to think. Sometimes I still think that shit, like, this must be why God is preventing me from blowing. You're like, no, stupid, you haven't figured it out yet. Well, whatever, God. All right. Valerie Green says, leave my boo Annette alone. I ain't do nothing. I'm just talking about how long a name used to be. That's all. Like your name used to be Valerie, not Vivian Green. My name is Valerie, not Vivian Green. Not that I don't like Vivian Green. Shout out to Vivian Green, one of the greatest singers I've ever heard. She's dope. Valerie Green, she's dope. What a coinky dink. What a coinky dink. Yeah, y'all. But yeah, it's you know, when we start talking about um you know, as I lay me down to sleep, as we start talking about what we have put in place or what we can put in place before the time of our passing, are we doing what we need to do or what we can do to hold it down now, to enjoy life now, to enrich the lives of others right now, son? Are we? Are we? Are we? Stacy Yvette White. Stacy White is all of it. How you feeling, ma? Hold it down for the D. 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 How you feeling, ma? Good to see me some you. Always proud of when you come through. All right, y'all. But yeah, you know, there's plenty that we can do right now, brothers, sisters, whatever. There's plenty that we can do right now to increase our quality of life, to enhance our quality of life, and to make sure that other people's quality of life is enhanced also. And I think that that's a little bit more important than worrying about what people are going to do when we're not here. I mean, if you've instilled enough within them to be able to live on, love on, carry on, move on, go forward, don't worry. The goodness that you have bestowed upon them and instilled within them, believe me, it's gonna show. So, you know, Robin, don't worry about your daughter. Carol, don't worry about your daughter. Trust me. Sometimes, and I, you know, I hate to put it this way, but sometimes we have to be out of the way to see the way that we have made for somebody else. I want to repeat it. Sometimes we have to be out of the way, all the way, to see the way that we have made for somebody else. And we may not be there to see it, but they'll see it. They'll see it. They'll see it. And then David says, the last time that I was in the hospital, my daughter was really scared. And when I came home, she slept with me. She woke me up. She woke me up crying, saying that she didn't want me to die. It's real shit. Shit, I don't want you to die either. None of us do. Nah. And it's funny because speaking of dying, you know, there's so much we can do while we're here to keep ourselves in better health. You know, diet and exercise is one thing, but in terms of your physical health, but your diet and your exercise is the thing that will keep this right. And when this is right, all of this is going to be right, because you can train this to make sure that this is okay. And that's regardless of how sick you may be. Think about it. When we're stressed out, when we're stuck in an anxious state, when we're depressed, we make ourselves way sicker than we probably are or were, because we are obsessing about it and we are making ourselves sicker. We're allowing fear and doubt, distrust, and lack of love to creep into our minds. And even when we fight it for a half a second, we allow it to fight back. And that's why I was saying earlier, you know, some of us aren't fighting depression. Some of us aren't battling depression. Some of us are just letting it win. Some of us are letting it win. And we don't have to do that. One of the worst things that you can do is accept your fate while you're still healthy. One of the worst things, it may be the worst thing that you can do, is accept your fate while you're still healthy. So in other words, you're healthy enough to battle yourself back, to battle back and win. But you have accepted that death is stronger than life because it's absolute. Did you know that your life is absolute too? After all, you were born, weren't you? You grew, didn't you? You learned and improved, didn't you? Yeah, life is absolute too. But because we look at death as the final stage, sometimes we accept that it has a power greater than the power that life gives us. There's nothing greater than the power of life, though. We got to stop being in denial of the power that it has. We've been in denial of the power that it possesses. And that power is way deep up in you. And all of
90 seconds.
All of us, sign. All of us. Wow, look at this. Thanks for coming back, Emily. And Valerie says, actually, it's Valerie Lowery Wilson Green, maiden name Gray. Huh. And that says, I didn't mean to bring the mood down. You ain't bring the mood down. I mean, shit. If you want to blame anybody for bringing the mood down, you can say it was me for bringing up the show in the first place. But some of these things need to be taken care of, man. We're in the middle of this fucking pandemic. We're still here. And, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty. We got an election coming up, you know. People on edge and shit. We trying to remain positive. But there's so much uncertainty. There's so much confusion. There's so much hope. And at the same time, despair seems imminent. Like, yo, this motherfucker gonna win, and we gonna have to go through another 4 years of this bullshit. Meanwhile, dealing with certain loved ones that we have that's running around here talking about, yeah, Trump, yeah, Trump, yeah, Trump, yeah, Trump, yeah, Trump. Y'all niggas is stupid. Y'all better get on the Trump train. We got to deal with all that shit. Shit is real. Shit, niggas is so bad. Yeah, I mean, listen. Black people so fucked up. We can't even agree on a common enemy. Damn, son. Damn. That's how fucked up we are as a people. Our enemy will come, or who we think is the enemy will come and slap us in the face. And somebody else will be like, no, he ain't slap him in the face. He held his cheeks. Yo, he slapped the shit out of him. No, he embraced the shit out of him. Like, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? So now I ain't blaming you. It ain't your fault. Shit is real out here. Shit is real. And as David says, my daughter says, if 45 wins, she's going to Canada. And this is my 11-year-old. We're going to be all right. But yeah, we can't even decide on a common enemy, man. Come on, man. We can't even decide on a common enemy. Let that sink in, y'all. We can't decide exactly who our enemy is. Let's do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here, yo. Let's do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. I said, let's do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. I said, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. Oh, we going? Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I mean, you would think that we would be good being as though. I mean, you got me on Facebook jail and all of that. My shit's still fucked up. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. August 23rd and deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are number one out the box. Jennery Jennery Castillo. Happy birthday to you. And Tanisha Charity. Happy birthday to you. And Zakia Jones turning 39 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Vermel Robinson turning 57 years old today. And Franklin Robinson turning 40 years old today. He got a 40 in his hand and a 40 in his... Bow, 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 bow. You all up in the 40-40 club right now. You do the damn thing, Frank. Hold it down, baby. It's going to be all right. And you know it's going to be all right. Thank you. Won't. And Xavier Fox. And last but certainly not least, on this first day of Virgo, rock the house. Say all the Virgo, rock, shock, and turn it out. On the first day, my cousin, Sharon McIntyre Marks. Sharon McIntyre Marks. New York City is all up in the house. Queens. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious August 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on, and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, listen, man, yo, your quality of life, your length of life. I don't know what's more important, your quality of life or your length of life. I'm going to go with quality because that's what's going to enhance your life. That's what's going to make you feel like life is possible and that it's worth living. And that's the thing that's going to allow you to reproduce and give life to others. And I'm not just talking about as far as your children are concerned. I'm talking about giving life, pumping life into those who feel their quality of life slipping away from them. You can provide that for them. And you probably already have been doing it, but maybe you need some provided for yourself. Ask for help wherever you can get it from. When you see somebody out there living, ask them what they're doing. Ask them how they can help. Just make an appointment with them. Go somewhere. Do some things. Make your life worth living. Don't worry so much about what's going to happen in the afterlife when you're no longer here in the physical. In the spiritual, the spiritual that you have given them in your physical will sustain them for way longer than you could ever imagine. It's going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Thank you. Well, everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Live your life, work. Everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Quality of living. Everything is going to be all right. You give a lot, and you're going to keep giving and giving and giving and giving. It's going to be good, y'all. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I hope y'all enjoy listening to the show as much as I enjoy broadcasting it. Peace and love to all my day ones, my everydays, my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. I will holler at y'all later. You know what I'm saying? And y'all be good and be alive and be living. I'm a holler back. Blog Talk, get back and I get out. No doubt. And YouTube, I see you later. Later. I love you and peace. Thanks for coming through.